Bitcoin and altcoins have seen a really nice bounce overnight and through the last day, but is it time to call it a reversal, or is this just a dead cat bounce? Nobody has that answer for you, but I'm going to take a look at a whole bunch of charts and try to determine what is going on with the market. We also got a ton of news to share with you guys. You don't want to miss this one. I'm going to answer all those questions. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? Good morning, Wolf Pack. I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, I have to say this at the beginning of every stream. I'm contractually obligated as a person on YouTube to say, please subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna say it. Smash the like button. I've never told you guys to smash the like button. Like the smash button. Like the smash button. Don't smash the like button, like the smash button. We have all kinds of creative ways here if you're new to hit the like button. Sometimes we just gently blow on our keyboard. Sometimes we throw things at it. If we're angry, maybe we just throw the keyboard and hope that the like button gets hit. I don't know, my voice just did there. That was like puberty. Hope. We're gonna hope it. Right? So guys, I hope that you're having a good day, that you're enjoying this renewed slight bullishness. I ain't ready to call it a reversal. I don't know about you guys. I'm not ready yet. Yeah, blow the keyboard. Looking what you guys got over here. Let's see your comments. See how you guys are doing. If you're hearing an echo, you may be streaming on YouTube and Twitter. Close one tab. Good advice. Good advice. Oh, JXT is wolfish on Bitcoin. Dope pesto, Scott. I don't even know what that means. Seems awesome. You guys have great comments here. I don't know about pesto, though. Love your method. 60% of the time, it works every time. Like Sex Panther. Like Sex Panther. 60% of the time, it works every time. That's accurate. By the way, if you get 60% of your calls right and trade them well as a technical analyst and trader, you literally are one of the best traders on the planet. That is true. Good morning, Wolfpack, says Kristen. Guys, I've got a big week, big day. Yesterday, I interviewed Francis Suarez, the mayor of Miami. Epic, mega, giga Chad. Today, right after this stream, I am interviewing Crypto Mom, Hester Peirce, SEC Commissioner. I'm going to go hard on that one, see what's up with her boy, GG Gary Gensler. Kyle Samani from Multicoin this afternoon. Man, I got a lot coming up. Willy Woo on Thursday. I think I have 3 podcasts I'm recording on Thursday. I'm going to have so much content coming for you guys. You are going to love it. Yeah, the ladies always push the right buttons on this stream. That's right. Thank you, ladies. We love the ladies, love the men, love all you guys. We don't discriminate around here. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
There you go. Let's go. That's dope. That's dope. So here we go, guys. Let's dig in. Let's first of all take a I was about to jump in. Am I the only one who thinks Scott looks like Gary Gensler's son? I don't know, man. Maybe if I was super bald and looked a lot more like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Rusty's like button getting worn out. Wear that like button out. All right, let's dig in. Come on, I got things to do today, guys. We have things to do today. First, let's take a look at coin market cap. As you can see here, a lot of green in 24 hours. Bitcoin up 7, Ethereum up 10, predictably beating Solana, Cardano, 10%, 11%, somewhere in there. The big movers, of course, Luna, 13, Avalanche, 12, but of course, Matic. Guys, I've never stopped talking about Matic. I'm in Matic from well under 10 cents. I've sold a bit, as I've said, we talked about yesterday, but have held almost the whole position, crocrypto.com. You can see, though, guys, generally a lot of bullishness here, but when you go into the 7-day, not so much. Not so much, right? Luna's up, Matic's up. You can see it's very good to focus on the strong coins that react well in the dump, because those are really the only ones until we get down to BitTorrent at 42 on market cap. So really only those 2 coins, Luna and Matic, are green down to BTT at number 42. 42. That should show you how bad this sell-off has been. So listen, first, before we get into the news, I want to dig in to the Bitcoin chart. And then towards the end, we're going to look at all those alts, the ones that have jumped the largest, talk about why they jumped, and look at the chart and see, hey, Is this enough to call it a reversal, or could this be a dead cat bounce? All right. All right. You guys get the idea. Here we go. Let's take a look first. I put this up on Twitter today. Is the bottom in for Bitcoin? There's a sentiment check. I do these all the time. I just want to see what the community is saying. Until actually about 10 minutes ago, it was 50-50. Now the price has risen a bit since I put the poll up. No surprises. Yes, heading to new highs is winning, but 53 to 646. Major indecision and lack of agreement here from the community, which is exactly what I would expect after a major drop towards the top of the new range, right? People starting to feel a little bit bullish. Maybe we're going to break out, but also still hesitant from the drop that happened below. As you guys know, I am unconvinced. Nothing has changed for me since yesterday, but what I did say yesterday, let's just dig into the chart. First of all, the CME gap, CME meme gap. A lot of people trade this gap. They say, hey, man, there's a gap and the gap needs to be filled. Nature abhors a vacuum. I just vacuumed my house. I'm going to trade the gap, not Banana Republic or J. Crew, right? We do not have a J. Crew or a Banana Republic on the futures chart. We have a gap. Gap immediately filled, right? What we have, big drop. This would be a morning star, actually. If you, okay, morning star pattern. Generally, and this happens in the stock market where there's gaps over the weekend, get a big down candle, exactly a candle like this, spinning top doji, and then bullish price action the next day. If we get bullish price action here the next day and we rise higher, this would be a morning star reversal pattern on the CME chart. You won't see it on the Bitcoin chart because we obviously don't have the gap from the weekend. But as you can see, anyone trading this or looking for a nice reactionary bounce would expect price to be exactly where it is, closing that gap. I use Wix. Some people would say the gap's not filled till 53,490. I say it's filled here. Gap filled. And you can see even here, no gap from the wick to the body. So that's the first thing. CME. CME. Bull run not over yet. Scott, mark my words. I don't think the bull run's over. I just think it might be a little bit delayed. We'll see. Yeah. Trade that gap. Here we go. Weekly chart bouncing perfectly on the 50 MA, a line a lot of people use to gauge bullishness or bearishness. We still have bullish market structure intact. Low, high, higher low, higher high, potential higher low. We need to make a higher high to confirm this higher low. So we got to get back above 69,000. Right here is kind of the line, 39,600. A breach of that line would make a lower low and could potentially cancel the bullish market structure and make bearish market structure. Anything above that, kind of fine, guys. Kind of fine. Maybe this is just a huge rinse of leverage and we head back up. But as you know, and we also have a retest of this descending line that never happened, right? Broke out here, never happened. Now we have a retest of it. Went deeper, but still closed above. Maybe that's a signal going up. But as you know, for me, we're not even talking about anything until it's above 52,944, about 53,000 right here, right? That's it. Got to get above that. Below that, that was where we broke bearish market structure to go bullish. We're now below that line. I don't love it. I want to see us back above. Then I will personally start talking about a more bullish case. You know what will happen, right? We'll go to 53,500. I'll be like, it's looking bullish, and then we'll dump to 30. Not really saying that will happen, but listen, the market will troll us all. Our lines are just lines. I have no idea what's going to happen. For me, that's just sort of the signal that I'm looking at, right? Yeah. So here we go. That's what I'm looking at on the weekly right now. I basically view it as a range between 53 and 42. You could call it 39.6. A break below those lines, yikes. A break above, we can start talking about higher targets. For now, this is a reactionary bounce to what we saw before. Here on the daily, you know, we had that double top. I discussed it yesterday. The local double top that hit its target at 43,917. The macro double top idea is complete nonsense. You would have to break the swing low below them down here at 28,600 or so, which would send it to a target of precisely 0. But as you can see here, reactionary bounce for now. Nice movement. Lots of demand, down wicks, but still not above that line. Digging into the line chart, we did not get to oversold on the daily. Are you effing kidding me? All that price action down and price kept bouncing towards the close to not close. Doesn't mean we have to. We didn't get to oversold here. Well, that was on the trip to overbought. We did not get oversold here, only got to 34 and still continued back up. Can happen. I personally would have liked to see it. And of course, the 4-hour here, which we discussed yesterday, dump, reactionary bounce to the 50% line, that 50% retracement. You can see that was a perfect bounce to right there. And I said, now, next thing we got to do is flip that. Has not been retested, by the way. So if you are feeling bullish, you would definitely be looking for a trade that looks something like this. But now pushing into the golden pocket between the 61.8% Fibonacci level and 65% retracement. That's called the golden pocket. This is where most traders expect you see it come up and then continue down. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but Bitcoin and many assets love the golden pocket, trend, bounce, back on trend. So now we got to get above that, which is kind of in confluence with the idea, right, of 53,000, right? That's what you're looking for right now. Until then, this could obviously form some sort of bear flag or bear pennant. So bottom line for Bitcoin, I like seeing it go up, not out of the woods yet. And guys, what I've said, what did I say yesterday? I said, if it goes to like 42, 40, 39, people are going to be so bearish at support. And I guarantee if this continues up right now, we are going to see exceptional, exceeding bullishness before we've broken resistance. Humans get bullish at resistance and bearish at support. That's what causes those levels. Let's dive into the news. And again, the end, we're going to look at those altcoins. President Biden targets crypto in new anti-corruption strategy. The Biden administration has released a strategy for countering corruption, a part of which targets the illicit crypto industry. Sounds bad, but it's actually good. Nothing wrong here. Good to see that they're actually focusing on the bad actors in this industry. There are 5 pillars in this. It's the United States strategy on countering corruption, the first one they've ever done. It's not all about crypto. It's in general. And there's a third pillar, and that targets cryptocurrencies. And here's what they said. DOJ will utilize a newly established task force, the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. That sounds kind of bad. To focus specifically on complex investigations and prosecutions of criminal misuses of cryptocurrency. What are those? Crimes committed by virtual currency exchanges, so going after exchanges that are non-compliant, mixing and tumbling services, basically hiding your coins, and money laundering infrastructure actors. So they're going after the big fish here, the big criminals, and I think that's probably a good thing. And it shows that Biden administration, the government, was very serious when they said that they are going to form a task force and take this on directly. It's something that I'm interested to ask Hester Peirce about today. Continuing on. Blame the Bitcoin bond. El Salvador's dollar-denominated debt slides. That'll show you. El Salvador's Bitcoin bond is a contributing factor to a slide in its dollar-denominated debt, but not the sole reason. A lot of people, when the Bitcoin bond came out, said, man, this thing has a low yield. Like, I can get a higher yield on the U.S.-denominated junk bond, right? This is distressed debt at this point. I can get a higher yield. Well, that's gone. That's gone because that dollar yield has gone away. Is it the fault of the Bitcoin bond? No, I doubt it. It's a very small part of it, as people have pointed out, but we can get down to what is actually happening here because there's a lot of things in the world happening besides a Bitcoin bond. We love to think things are about us. Omicron, China property, developers Evergrande and Kaiser Holdings default restructuring fears and concerns that faster Fed tapering and rate hikes would tip the U.S. into recession are putting pressure on EM and high-yielding bond prices. This is happening across the world, guys. Higher yielding, riskier bonds are losing their yields, and stronger, more secure, safe bonds with low yields are becoming more interesting to investors because we know inflation is a problem. The government is probably going to start tapering, and there's a lot of shit happening in the world that's bothering a lot of people. Of course, El Salvador's distressed junk bond will be a victim of the same thing, and the yields will disappear. Maybe the Bitcoin bond has something to do with it. That's definitely possible. Love to hear it, but let's be real, guys. This is about a macro situation, right? Ooh, Thomas, are you going to pester Hester? I am going to pester Hester. I am. I'm going to immerse the purse with questions. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Craig Wright. I need a suit, but I have my hoodie. My hoodie is the same color as his suit. Look. Did I do it? Craig Wright found not liable for breach of Kleiman business partnership. Yikes. Immerse the purse. So her name is Peirce. So people go Hester Pierce, but it's Hester Peirce. But to immerse the purse is what you want to actually do to your wife. Immerse the purse. Yeah, Craig looks so smug. Do you like it? Feels right. Feels right. He looks mad. Yeah. Craig Wright found not liable for breach of Kleiman business partnership. He's viewing this as a win because he only had to pay $100 million. $100 million. Feels like a loss. Feels like he's losing. But yes, he won. But he has to pay $100 million to the defense research company that he formed alongside David Kleiman, who is now deceased and has claimed, his brother Ira has claimed that he was Craig Wright's partner in not only their early business ventures, but also in being the Satoshi Nakamoto twins. They are the Nakamotos. Nakamotos, right? We all know Craig Wright's not Satoshi Nakamoto. There's zero proof. What's funny about this verdict is that a lot of it was over billions of dollars worth of coins that nobody actually has proof that they own. So like if they had given him the right to the coins, Craig Wright would have had to come up with the non-existent private keys and try to send him coins that aren't his, that don't exist. But guys, a lot happening here. You can judge for yourself. You read about the story, see who you think won or lost. But this is one more thing that is just done and over with. And there was no discussion in the entire case over whether Craig Wright was Satoshi or not. The case was about whether he fucked over an ex-partner, which clearly he did if he's paying $100 million. And part of this that stings the most is that Craig Wright's ex-wife has a case against Ira Kleiman for suing in the first place. So some of this money now may end up with Craig Wright's ex-wife. I don't want to talk about this guy anymore. Keep it moving. OpenSea IPO hints prompt criticism from crypto users expecting a token. The leading NFT marketplace plans to go public, drawing backlash from collectors who want an OpenSea token drop instead. Leave it to the crypto community to think that OpenSea should just airdrop them some free money instead of, I don't know, listing on the stock market and becoming a real company that will exceptionally help push the industry forward. People were pissed when Coinbase decided to do a direct listing rather than issue a token. But guys, going for an IPO is the way to make sure that you are free and clear of regulatory issues in the United States. If they just drop a token, can you imagine the scrutiny, the criticism, the IRS and the SEC telling them that they're security and have done an illegal coin launch? They can't do this, guys. Listen, it's great. It's great to think about them doing that, but we definitely want more companies in the crypto space to go the legacy route and IPO, and then you can buy stock. Imagine them airdropping ownership of OpenSea to their users. It would be a security, guys. Come on, stop. Come on, stop. Ethereum gets another upgrade. What you need to know about Arrow Glacier. Arrow Glacier sounds like the name of a private military contractor that you could hire mercenaries out all over the world. Protected by Arrow Glacier. I don't know what an Arrow Glacier is. I know what an arrow is, and I know what a glacier is, but I have no idea how they chose to put those two words together. They probably listed some words on the right and some words on the left and had a 6-year-old connect them. Do the lines across. It's like the South Park with Kanye West, where it's like genius, brilliant, voice of a generation, and he's like connecting the words, right? But whatever, man. Glacier, Arrow Glacier. Arrow Glacier. You don't want to hear me. My brain's not, it's doing the thing where it doesn't pay attention. Arrow Glacier could delay the difficulty bomb until after Ethereum 2.0's launch. Apparently it is a defense contractor because we're trying to stop that difficulty bomb. So guys, we've had a whole bunch of upgrades. This one is literally just giving programmers more time to get ready for Ethereum 2.0 before the difficulty bomb drops. Here you go. The bomb has been ticking since 2015 when developers began creating the Ethereum network. Sounds bad. The network's creators hope to move past Bitcoin's consensus mechanism proof of work, which incentivizes people to contribute computing power to run and secure the network by giving them newly minted coins. You guys can dive into this if you're any techies, if you're tech people who are techers. Vitalik actually talked quite a bit about similar things in his new blog post called Endgame. I mean, the terms we got here, it's like we got movies like Aero Glacier, James Bond takes on the end game, right? That's a James Bond title, Aero Glacier. Difficulty, Aero Glacier is a James Bond movie about the end game where he fights a bad guy named Craig Wright who wants to drop a difficulty bomb. That's what this is. That's what it is. It's the bomb. Oh, that's not bad. You're right, Rusty. It's the bomb. Yo, it's the bomb, the difficulty bomb. Yeah.
That's dope.
Anyways, moving on. Small group of insiders is reaping most of the gains on NFTs, study shows. Breaking news. People who invest early in financial instruments tend to make more money than the people who come in late. But there's yet another story about whitelisting and people being able to mint early. And guys, that's how this shit works. People are mad that, some people get earlier access, but that's the way that these systems have worked since the beginning. Fair launches are great, but why isn't anybody screaming at the people who invested in Coinbase first or Amazon? Jeff Bezos, early access to Amazon. But listen, the fair launches are great. You just need to basically get whitelisted. That's what it's saying here. I have never participated in the minting of an NFT. I wouldn't even know how to do it. I don't really understand. But yes, the people who are early and who get in the earliest tend to reap the most benefits. The people who come in late or buy the hype and FOMO tend not to make some money. Yeah. Maybe some can't invest early on. That's the way it is. Yes, that's absolutely true. And that's part of the world that we live in. And it just means that that's not the thing you should invest in late. Don't be the FOMO guy who invests when something's way up, right? But bottom line, be careful what NFTs you buy because all of them are not going to have value forever. William has poured a drop of coffee on the like button, poured one out for his homies, his homie being his dead keyboard that now has coffee in it. Dead keyboard that now has coffee in it, right? Here we keep going. Oh, this one is just a personal one. I don't know if you guys remember in June, I went to the Bitcoin convention. And obviously, that's where El Salvador announced that they had bought Bitcoin. That was the biggest news of the convention. But for me, the most compelling speaker there was Scott Harrison, who was the CEO of Charity Water. CEO of Charity Water. I was so actually moved by him that I immediately on the spot donated one Bitcoin to the Bitcoin Water Trust. So the idea, Charity Water has been giving clean water and setting up wells and things like that around the world for decades. But they decided to take Bitcoin donations, but usually a charity, when it takes a Bitcoin donation, immediately converts it to dollars, immediately so that they can use it. They committed to holding for 5 years through the next cycle and then taking the benefit down the road. Once they raised 50 Bitcoin, Cameron and Tyler said that they would match that 50. It got up to 39 or 40, basically right there at the convention, and then stalled for months. Well, they finally did it. They made it to 50 Bitcoin over, and that has been matched. It's now 100 Bitcoin over $5 million. I'm very proud to have been a part of this initiative. I had Scott on my podcast if ever you want to hear more about it. But this is something that I definitely firmly believe in and very proud to be a part of. So guys, now we're going to move on to some altcoins. Altcoins, first starting with this. IDEX token skyrocketed 60% following Coinbase listing. So here's the gist. Bunch of coins were listed on Coinbase. They all did well. I don't even have charts for some of them. The only one, honestly, that I had ever been a part of is Polkastarter. I've been in it from the exceptionally very beginning. We'll take a look at that video. That's Polls. But Superfarm is very popular. Fox, Spell, a lot of these were very popular. I don't even know what Koval is, to be quite honest. Bottom line, the Coinbase pump is back. These listings all sent coins flying. And a lot of people are saying that this listing is also what sort of sparked the altcoin market in general. I don't think that's true. I think the market is bouncing not on Coinbase listings, but because the market is bouncing. I'll take a look at IDEX. I don't know what this is. This is on the Binance chart, obviously. Just looking at it, this is the first time I've looked at it besides drawing that line right before. First of all, I would say, yeah, that's the line, right? Above 44.448 is where this would start to look good. So you'd be looking for something like this. Otherwise, you're still sort of in this range and it stopped there, been rejected, been rejected, been rejected. Otherwise, you do have this sort of nice rounding bottom. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to do it, but if we ever look at the E-Gold USDT chart, I bring this back out to show you guys a rounding bottom every time because we were in, but that kind of looks like that, right? And once it broke there at $10, it went absolutely completely nuts. I can zoom more in on that. Similar, right? Kind of similar vibe. So that's what you'd be looking for. When you get a rounding bottom and it really goes, you don't get that many retraces to join in. It's not like a cup and handle. So here, that's what I'm looking at there on IDEX. There's eGold. And we'll take a look at Polkastarter. Now look, Polkastarter was already looking good. Sort of this huge descending wedge, which gives us a target of 785. I've been in this for over a year. For full transparency, I sold some today. I love Polkastarter. I'm holding a big position, but I sold some today because when something pumps 50 or 60% on a listing like Coinbase, I'm going to sell some and take some profit. But I will be keeping my biggest bag still with this target and then hopefully price discovery in mind. But everything here is looking good for Polkastarter. Found perfect support here at the 50 MA. Flipped this level from resistance to support. Had that golden cross there. This has not really reacted that badly to the market down movement. And we have bullish market structure, right? Which we talked about before. Low, higher, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Now a higher high. That was one there. Maybe a higher low and now a higher high. That is actually a higher low confirmed. So this remains bullish basically anywhere above $2.87. They always seem to pump just before listed on Coinbase. Well, I don't know how that worked. I mean, I'm assuming that there's people who know they're going to get listed, right? Unfortunately. But also Coinbase sometimes makes the announcement and then waits a day or two for the listing. And that can be what you're seeing, sort of that buy the rumor, sell the news, right? This still looks great to me. I would really like to see it closing above 451. That would be the signal that it's headed to 785. But listen, this is a launchpad project that's on Polkadot. We all are bullish on Polkadot. This should continue to do well if the market does well. To be clear, once again, I'm not buying it here. I bought it literally ages ago and am enjoying the price rise. So guys, if we're going to talk about Bitcoin, if we're going to talk about this in general, these altcoins, Legolas, by the way, I got distracted again. Legolas, who's a character from Lord of the Rings, has asked me to do a Gollum impression looking at the one chart, but also Samwise. I can't do Samwise. He's Rudy, though, from the movie Rudy. I love him. But we can do the Gollums while it looks at this chart, Legolas. Okay, that was a little one. Here we go. Polkastarter we looked at. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Still dropping. Okay, so your worst case scenario, which we were seeing for a day or two there, is that Bitcoin dominance drops with the price. Oh, excuse me. No, we weren't seeing it. Let me rephrase that. We saw it basically for a day. It was going up and then it came down. You don't want to see Bitcoin become more dominant when price is dropping. If price of Bitcoin is going down and it's becoming more dominant, that means alts are getting absolutely destroyed. And that was happening this is the weekly. So we can look at it on the daily and you can see that was happening here at the bottom, went from basically 40 up to 42. That was enough to move alts like 20%. Imagine if Bitcoin dominance pumped to like 57 or something, right? But I don't really think that's going to happen because we're just adding more altcoins and altcoins are obviously becoming stronger. Charting Bitcoin dominance is a meme. It's fun to look at. You can think that things move in nature the same, but there's no buy and sell orders here that are creating these supply and demand. But as you can see still, this looks like bearish consolidation here at the bottom of a major move, right? So I would not expect to see a major pump from Bitcoin dominance. If we do, we want to see that happen with Bitcoin price going up at least to counteract the losses we'll be seeing on alts. But right here, nothing on this chart is showing me that alts are in any major danger. And maybe if we see Bitcoin consolidate here and chop sideways for a while, maybe there'll be some confidence in alts. This is total too. This is basically the inverse of that chart, right? It's the total market cap of crypto without Bitcoin. You can see it's just gone up, right? I mean, listen, if you were going to draw a pattern, you might get scared and say, oh my God, we're dying. It's descending wedge and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. Excuse me, ascending wedge. Doesn't worry me. Just looking at this for general trends, yeah, maybe you want to get back above 1.5 trillion of market cap, but this has basically just gone up since the breakout down here. This was June of 2020, right? And I did share this and said altcoins are probably about to outperform. They have. So just in general, there's nothing to say here from those two charts or even just looking at the general movement of them that altcoins are in any major disaster here. Keep going. Let's look at ETH first, because ETH is almost like looking at Bitcoin dominance, but actually tradable, because we all know that historically ETH has sort of driven altcoin price action. Well, ETH is at a key resistance here, but we still have this bull pennant breakout on the weekly, which was confirmed. Bitcoin dumping, Ethereum pumping against Bitcoin. Huge signal. I've been saying this. I did an entire video on this last week on Monday when it was down here saying that, and I've been saying this forever. If you guys listen, I've always thought ETH was going to outperform Bitcoin for like the last 2 years. I've been saying that. And it has been since 2019 in September, right? It's been the far better trade with more upside. Well, now it needs to get above this 0.085901 line. And then we're talking about huge moves, another, 50% up, and eventually the all-time highs. But you got to flip this level. Maybe we get some retracement, but I am very confident this will continue heading up. Ethereum looking good here, even with Bitcoin dumping. That's the reason you're seeing Bitcoin dominance saying somewhat stable and not rising, right? Here we go. Let's look at ETH versus USD. Actually, I would have called that a breakout, but we had gotten above it and lost it. So I'm not sure how significant that line is. It is, though. 1, 2, 3 touches as resistance. Break. Perfect bounce as support. Okay. So you could say that it's quote unquote breaking out. Look at this line just floating up here like a Giga Chad attached to nothing. Just out in space, floating. Yeah. But bottom line, ETH has not been that bad, right? We're at 4,400 ETH basically right now. The high is 49, and that was a couple weeks ago, right? ETH basically holding very strong. As you can see, its movement against Bitcoin has basically counteracted most of the drop that Bitcoin had. Not quite all of it. I mean, this if you had the opportunity to buy, I wasn't paying attention. I was at the club. Y'all know I was at the club, right? Man, this went down to 3,500. What a mega epic Giga Chad buying opportunity. So let's look at some of the other bigger movers that we saw that I was just going down the chart. I pulled up a few of the bigger ones. We're going to go through them very fast because I have an interview to do. In fact, I'm going to check, is that at 10:45 or 11? I don't even know. I haven't even prepared that much yet. But, I know what I want to talk to this person about. 11 o'clock. All right. Ethereum USD. Now we're going into ADA. I'm not buying it, guys. Not yet. Sorry. Not buying it yet. ADA, I'll tell you why I'm not buying it. First of all, if you really want to trade ADA, you should just wait till it breaks that line. Have fun waiting for that. But this is a major area. This was the double bottom back in the day that sent price flying right here at $1.49. That's a major area. Look, perfect support right there. It nuked. Volume's not that high, and we're still below it. Maybe above $1.49, I'll start to get convinced. But for me, listen, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. FFS, that stands for fuck's sakes. For fuck's sakes. You said that ADA. I have nothing against ADA. I'm looking at a chart. If you're a trader and you lose support, your best short is a retest as resistance. If it flips, your best trade is a retest as support, right? You can have two approaches on the same line. If you're just completely agnostic and you don't care about ADA, those are your two trades you're looking for, right? But for now, you've broken support. It is bearish. So the first retest is where you'd be looking for a short. But if you're into ADA, I would just wait until it can break that line and be more convincing. That's it. Yeah. Bought some ADA when it hit oversold. You done good. All right. Matic continuing to make highs. Literally does not care. I'm pretty sure nobody even dialed up Matic to let Matic know that there was a correction. What an opportunity to buy, though, if you got it down here on that dump. Bottom line, I'm going to say, looking at all these altcoins, none of them are jumping up to me as buy now. The answer, as always, which is hindsight, major hindsight, and most of you missed it. I was at the club. You had to have had standing stink bids. You had to have had orders at lows that you never thought were going to fill, caught the dump, and now you're up and you can make a decision. When they're already up 20 or 30%, generally it's very hard to convincingly buy them, especially when Bitcoin has not broken out yet. I use the F word. Yeah, Fooks. F-O-O-K-S. That was my word. Right? Yes, I use the F word. I say bad words here. I didn't say that this is necessarily child friendly. Hi, stonked up. Hey, bud. Nice ape. Nice ape. Anyways, but Matic didn't get the message. Matic is one of my biggest holdings as well. We talked about this yesterday. I've been in since down here. Beginning of the year. It was in the newsletter, 5 cents, 10 cents. Like something like this was literally like the trade. I've been holding. No reason to get rid of it. Except for I scaled out. I have the bulk of my position, but as always, I sold 10% at like 50 cents. Oops. Sold like 10% at like $1. Oops. Sold 10% at like 250. Oops. Still have 70% of the position and holding. It's fine. It's fine. That's how you do it. You don't try to catch the top with your whole position. 50 cents. I was a lot. It was up like 10x. Seemed like a good time to sell a little bit of coins. Hey, Scott, I am under 16 and you have the internet. So you've heard worse words than the ones that I'm saying, but welcome. And that's true. That's awesome that you're here. I appreciate that. Yeah. So here you go, guys. Matic targeting 270 still. I've been saying it this entire time. That has not changed. Nothing has changed. Still the same target, but really now what you want, man, you want that new all-time high. This crashed in May, right at May 19th, the epic crash. Get above 270 from here. Like, I'm not buying Matic at 247, just below 270, just to catch a few extra percents. Just to catch a few extra percents. You should have bought it down here. It was just here. It was just $1.44 a couple weeks ago. There it was. There's your flip. Maybe at the 50 MA on that dump, you know? But yeah, if it gets above 270, buy that retest and enjoy price discovery. Luna, another one of the strongest. I just posted this in the newsletter the other day as a trade right here. Never got that retest, but you can see. Broke out. We did it on the breakout. It was like right here on the 29th of November. Flip. You got the retest on the mega dump and continuing up. Basically, just actually, I wasn't even aware, hit the target of the bull pennant. Length of the flagpole. From the breakout right here, of course, it looks smaller. This is logarithmic. It's based on percentages, not fixed numbers. Pump right to the target. I consider that closed, but another opportunity now in price discovery. Wow. Luna is still looking good. A lot of things looking good. CRO, one of the biggest movers. Wow, guys. I just pulled this up before. First of all, CRO, I was posting here and on this breakout, 20 cents. Big moves. Big moves. Now, you want to get above the 50 MA. It's pointing down, right? But this is this is a perfect channel. Up, down, like to the penny, touching. Perfect bull flag, you could call it. Flag, pull, flag. Breaking out, retesting, increasing volume. If this can break above that 50 MA, this should be heading back to the highs. That looks really good. This is the only one that I'm like kind of looking at, and I'm like, yeah, you can buy this. But I honestly, I still wouldn't because I'm not convinced that the market is going back up yet. But if you're just looking at this in a vacuum, this is a breakout retest, should be heading up to 97 cents. Wow, that looks great. LRC, these are the biggest movers. These are the ones that are strong. Probably look at the coins that people were buying up in the dip. You can see anything above $1.71 looks good. Also held the 50 MA on the daily. This just looks great. If you want to be super safe, you wait until it's back above here. And you would have called this a range, and it's back in the range. So it looks pretty safe anywhere above there. Right. AVAX bounced right off support. He's all dumped into support and held for now. Anything above $79.80, looking good. Let's just move that. We still have higher lows and higher highs for now. Solana, I filled finally, guys. It got down to 180 here. I've had 177 bids for weeks trying to get into Solana. Weeks finally paid off on the dump. Went down lower. Yeah, I could have bought at 169, but this is the one coin I had a stink bid in and filled. $1.77. Looks good. Looks good for now, but still kind of, downtrending. I want to see it hold. Mana, I just want to take a look at the coins that were the most hyped. Mana still kind of got rejected at the highs, right? Seeing a major decrease in volume. By the way, if you were here, you were in Mana at $1.10 on this break, but I sold it at $1.50. Honestly, 50% move, missed the rest of it, except for a little part of the bag. Definitely a bearish divergence. I don't even need to look, but I'm going to tell you that it had to be there. Oh, yeah. Mega bearish divergence right there, telling you that this was a top. But now you have mega hidden bullish divergence confirmed. Lower lows on RSI, higher lows on price. This could theoretically go back up, but looks good. I would bid 244 just in case it comes down to test that high again. Otherwise, you really want to buy it flipping the rest of these. Hard to buy it here right in the middle. Maybe flip those support. Finally, sand, made a new all-time high, came down, consolidated, broke it, and came down to retest it. None of this looks terrible. I thought it would look worse. None of this looks terrible. A lot of these holding support. Bottom line, if you're an MA trader, trade it when it gets above the 50, 100, and 2A, 100. If you're a pattern trader, draw some descending lines and say, listen, I'm not entering this until we're above that. Smart. That's smart, right? If you're a horizontal trader, you bought at support and you're not buying now $1 more. You had your plan, right? And now you need to either buy that retest again each retest week, or you need to wait until you're above $8.48. Pretty simple and straightforward. Yeah. I think we need that weekly close over 53K personally. Someone said that right here. I agree with Scott. In your weekly close. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's kind of my signal. Yeah. It's your streams breaking up, Legolas. Unless Stalin's time for you on broke your computers. Oh. Yeah. That's it, guys. That's it. We out. So that's it for the day. Got mad podcasts to record. Recording 7 or 8 podcasts this week. Gonna go talk to Hester Purse. I'm gonna immerse her purse while I pester Hester. Thank you guys for listening. Bottom line, if you need it, above 53K, I start to think the market's bullish again. Below 42, you could say 39.6. I'm starting to get concerned that we might see a drop to 30. Regardless, I think we're going way up, and you should just buy dips. I think eventually we go way up. I don't really care how far it dips because I have patience and I'm not a spaz. I'm not a spastic person who likes spazzing. Don't be a spastic person who likes spazzing either, because that's bad. Before we get done, like the smash button, hit the like face, Facebook the Insta snap, and do the like thing. And yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys. See y'all on Twitter. Peace.